Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Pit Pass podcast. I am your host, Mark Askelson, and co-host Kalvin Kesselberg. Joining alongside me, Kalvin, it has been a little while, but it is good to be back.
Yeah, the people spoke. We're back. We didn't know if we'd get driven off the air yet, so.
Well, I'm glad people have been asking, and people have been like, hey, where's the podcast? That means we're doing something right.
Yeah.
But, I mean, truth be told, we just spent the last few months and all our budget on that intro, so.
Yeah, it was a big PR nightmare, contracts and no compete clauses and just a lot of behind the scenes stuff that nobody sees.
Yeah, exactly. We didn't want to come back, but they gave us enough money, the producers behind the show. So
good thing we got good managers.
Yeah,
and they can negotiate for us.
Yeah, negotiated. Our payment today is a 12-pack of Grain Belt, so Grain Belt Premium. So,
Thanks, Mark, for the sponsorship.
Yeah, no problem on that one. No, but it is good to be back. It's been 3-4 months now. I think we recorded the last one around Christmas time. So Too long, but we've been busy with, my life gets busy with my other work, and you get busy building cars and everything else. Yeah. But, I mean, you got the cars completely ready, right?
Yeah, we're close. Yeah, a couple finishing touches. Ashton, so my brother Ashton, he's gonna run our old one a little bit. So we got that 2015 Terminator.
Yep.
So we dug that one out of storage and put a motor and everything in it this winter, and I just picked it up from Lasky in Fargo there. He put a fan shroud and mounted the radiator and built a hood for it. So Ashton's ready to go tear up some frame rails.
Awesome. That's good.
He's ready to go see how much torque he's got, see how much he can move the wall.
It doesn't move much. At least if he's racing an Ada, I think for what I've seen, it doesn't move much.
So I told him.
The guardrails will move a little bit.
The guardrails move a little bit.
The K-rails will not.
No. So a good rule of thumb in the racing world, horsepower is how fast you hit the wall.
Yep.
Torque is how much it moves.
Yep.
Usually you never win in that battle.
No.
Like, that's usually never a good outcome. But
no.
He's going to try it out.
All right. That's good. That's maybe he will be as successful as Big Brother.
I hope he's better.
You hope he's better?
I hope he's better, yeah.
Hey, if he's anything like you, he'll be competitive and he'll be good. And, maybe you got to widen the seat a little bit for him.
Yeah, we definitely have to put a different seat
in. He's got broader shoulders than you do, we'll say that.
We definitely, the cool thing about this is it's Jake's seat, actually.
That's about perfect.
Yeah, so the fun thing is we're going to maybe mix and match who gets in it. And maybe just kind of rotate the roster list a little bit.
Yep.
And I want Ashton to race it more and hopefully he gets into it. But if there's an off week where he can't make it or whatever, it'd be fun to have like Nick Sklicki or someone jump in it,
Yep.
or Jake. So I'm working on them. Guys. I mean, it's going to be pretty cool to go and get to race with my brother. And, I'll tell you one thing, even though this car is old and everything, I still love that car way more than my new car.
Really?
I don't know. There's just something about it. So I told him if there's any off chance that the stars align and he beats me, I'm leaving my car in the pits and I'm loading up the old one and bringing that one home with me because I've never gotten over that car. So it'd be fun, and he's certainly going to start out in some way nicer equipment than I did. So,
okay, yeah.
I
mean, that was a really good car when you got it.
That was a good car.
Aaron was an Aaron Olson car, right? I mean, that thing won like almost every race out in Ada that year. So I mean,
Mod Tour, we won the Mod Tour race in Minot.
Wow.
Yeah, and then so the fun fact about that, here's your fun fact for the day. So Aaron wins it, and in Minot, the victory lane is lower than the racetrack. Okay. So they told him over the radio, go down to the end of the front stretch, hang a right, and whip a U-E and come back down to victory lane. So he goes, they didn't tell him how far to go. So he turned right at the end of the fence. High centers the car, drops it right off the side of the guardrail and just walks her to victory lane. So that's kind of a cool little story, or just that car has a lot of them little stories and stuff like that. So
it could be probably an embarrassing walk to victory lane, but
hey, man,
any walk to victory lane is better than a walk back to the trailer.
Yep.
So
that race was so impressive because he actually made it into the show out of a B main.
Wow.
And I don't know how many cars he passed. Probably 10 to 15. I mean, he started deep. Everyone's just rolling the bottom, and he was down there too, and just gets his stuff tore up. Right front, left rear, tore up. Says, to heck with this, I'm not following anymore. Goes to the top, rips the top, wins her.
Wow.
So it was a fun. That's kind of a cool story to tell of that car. So
awesome.
Yeah, it'll be fun to get to race with him.
So are you getting the itch? I mean, for racing season to start? I mean, when, or if you are, when did that kind of start?
Yeah, I mean, it never ends, right? It never goes away. It's always in your blood.
Yeah.
But I've been working on all 3 of our cars since, Haley and I took our honeymoon. We went to Aruba. So that was like right beginning of November.
Okay.
And I basically started on everything right after. Like I haven't really screwed off a bunch this winter. Usually I try to take a month or 2 off and just kind of, recoup a little bit.
Yep.
I haven't done that yet.
I think I did do that, and I think kind of after kind of Dirt of the Dome and all that stuff, the racing all kind of slows down a little bit, and so you kind of get away from it, and you kind of just think about other things, got in ice fishing mode. But then now, as those schedules start getting released, as you start seeing the cars, unveiled the new wraps, as you start seeing more races on Flow and whatever else, all the things like those are picking up, and it's getting that itch to smell some race fuel. Once I hear that first car fire up during a test and tune or whatever, I'm gonna be just jacked.
Yeah, we're getting there. It's an awesome time of year. Just one thing, like personally as a racer, some of the early shows I don't necessarily get like super excited for.
Yeah. It's
just
not warm usually. It's still cool maybe, or
still got some frost coming out of the racetrack and stuff, but super cool. Like if you are able to race early and kind of get a head start, I think it is an advantage. You get some laps in before everyone else. Go shake everything down. Go maybe race a race or 2 at some place that it maybe doesn't really matter.
Yep.
I think that is an advantage. That's like when you and I went out to Mandan last year, I thought that really helped our program.
Now you're not doing that this year, although this week
rained out.
Yeah, they got rained out or canceled, whatever. So don't get to. Would you have been there this year if had it not? Or?
I'd like to say I would be, but there's so much stuff still, just little stuff to finish up.
Yeah.
One of the things being the trailer. The
Okay.
trailer is not there yet.
So let's talk about that. This what's wrong with the trailer, or what are you messing with that trailer? Let's talk about that first.
It's a big piece. So trailer maintenance, it's super important because it's the only thing that really gets you to and from the racetrack.
Yeah.
And all of us racers, I think I can vouch for everyone. Maybe not like the most like early people. Like we're usually running late.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually a thrash. You get up, you go to work, you get off work, you're gonna thrash to load that thing and get on the road wherever you're going. So you just don't need any problems. So it's one of them deals where like I like to try to take a good weekend or a week or however whatever, and just go through the hubs, check the brakes, check the wheel bearings, check your tires. Check your trailer lights, because Lord knows every trailer has issues with wiring.
No one wants to have. To be frank here, you have a few beers after the races, and it's a stupid side marker or whatever trailer light that it doesn't even matter that gets you pulled over and some other thing. And I haven't heard of any racers getting doohies because of that, but I'm sure it's happened. Right?
Oh, yeah.
It's just save yourself the hassle because of that.
Yes, and it's late. You want to get home. You want to go home, get to bed. You got to get up for work the next day. So having something stupid like that. Making sure there's tabs on the license plates. I mean, how often do we? Do that?
Yeah, tabs are expired on my pickup right now. So
I've spent at the farm here. Like I've taken a different trailer every day this week.
Yeah.
To Fargo or wherever. Every day I have to go digging for tabs because we haven't used it yet. So it's just been like a wild goose chase. Like, okay, which folder are these tabs in, and are they in Fargo or not?
I have a couple stories of getting pulled over. On the way home from the races with the race car, when my brothers are racing up in Grand Forks, like I think there was 2 different occasions where it just kind of ended, screwed up your night or ended it's late, right? Because it's River City's race. We got an hour and a half drive home about from Grand Forks back to Twin Valley, and I was riding with my dad and a friend. I think that was in the back seat of the old Ford Dually with the 460 and all that. I think that's what it was. Either way, I mean, they'd had a few beers after the races, whatnot, and they get pulled over because of a stupid side marker, and the cops arguing about whether it's a commercial vehicle or not, and all this stuff, and it's not. But that's the whole deal. But of course, then they have to go and take the sobriety test, and they both my dad passed, so don't worry about that. But he was right on the line, and the guy next to him I was with would not have passed. I believe they might have been tossing a couple beer cans under the seat and stuff while they were driving. And they asked if I could drive home, but I was 14 or 13 at the time. Like, no, I can't. No.
Can and should, two different things.
Yeah. Can I? Yes. Should I? No. But I don't know if we ended up with any tickets that night. But another time I think I was coming back with my brother. We got pulled over I think 3 times because of a light. Because whatever, it's late at night, come home with the race car, light was out on the trailer. Got pulled over. Got to the next town, same thing. And then finally, the third time, it's like, you guys have already got me twice. I know, radio ahead, right? So I don't think there's any tickets or anything. But just slows down your night, yeah.
Last year, so when the I don't know, like World of Outlaws or whoever comes, we usually end up working the tire trailer for Hoosier Tire North.
Yep.
So Blake and the guys, they'll run us up a trailer, and then we meet them and just kind of run, because we're already at all the tracks with the parts trailer and stuff. So it doesn't really make sense for them to have another guy stay up here and whatever. So we just end up working that. So last year after Grand Forks, and we've had this issue a couple years because the trailer doesn't get used. The only time it gets used is when we take it.
Yep.
And so they had a bunch of lighting issues. And so they had the trailer in the shop getting they rewired the whole thing. So I'm pulling it back home to Ada because it was the Saturday show in Ada last year. And Friday night I'm coming home, and I make it halfway back from Grand Forks, and the trailer just goes black.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, oh, man. And so then it starts raining, of course. So I pull over, and I'm on the side of the interstate, and everyone gives you so much room on the interstate.
Oh, yeah. Right.
And so I'm trying to, figure out, what is going – is there anything I can duct tape together or spitball together to try to get it working? And just not having any luck. I'm getting my butt kicked. So finally I pull off. I threw the flashers on, limped her all the way back to the farm here, and I'm laying out in the rain, and it's probably 2-3 in the morning here. And all the shops were full because it was like a storm coming. So the guys had everything in the farm shops. And so I'm laying out on our concrete apron in the rain trying to rewire this thing. And, so finally I get it all lit up back or whatever. And halfway back to Ada, lights go out again. I'm like, you know what? I've had it. This is the sign. This is a sign not to pull this trailer. So, yeah, trailers, man, they're a nightmare. You can never win.
I think lights are probably one of the biggest pesky things because 1 minute they're working and 1 minute they're not.
And they're so hooked together. Oh man.
Yeah.
Like butt connectors and I don't know who needs to hear this, but grounds on a trailer are not self-tapping screws. Quit using them.
So I've heard one thing you can do because a lot of the times it's just a bad ground is usually part of it. Like sometimes your receiver hitch, if you sand that down or that's could be as simple as that, getting too rusty on that. But just cleaning up your connections, right? Use some deoxit, things like that, cleaning up your connection. I mean, so what are some of the things as far as lights you can do to make sure your lights are working?
It's just one of the maintenance deals, it's one of them deals to crawl under your trailer. Look, if there's self-tapping screws going into the frame, I think you should get rid of them. I think you should scuff it up, weld a little 1/4-inch bolt or whatever onto the frame, and use a good nut and lock nut or whatever, and make that sucker stay. Make that thing stay so it doesn't fall apart. So I guess that's kind of one of the things I'd look at. Check your trailer plug-in. Look at the pickup. Don't forget the pickup.
Yep.
That's an important part. So
if your end is looking pretty rough and wires are showing on the connector, maybe wire in a new one.
Yeah, if it's all corroded and stuff, clean all that stuff. But I think the biggest part of being efficient at a racetrack, because racing's all about efficiency. You have to always be ready to fix, to rebuild, to do whatever, and you have to be able to do it quick. my opinion is your trailer is a big asset for that. It's a big tool. So if you have your trailer laid out right, you know what you're going to use, you know what you're going to need pretty quick. You don't have it laid out so everything is easily accessible. Everyone knows where it's at. So then once you and your team are racing or whatever, you can figure out where everything's at. You can get stuff fixed in a quick hurry. I mean, if it's efficient, I think it'll show in your racing.
Going back to the lights, like a little hack, in case your lights do go out, they make like these Bluetooth like trailer lights.
Oh yeah, and they magnet on.
So like if you have an issue where they're not working, right, you can plug it into your little deal in the back of your truck. And now you probably wouldn't have trailer brakes or whatever.
Yeah.
But you got lights.
At least then you got lights.
At least you got lights. So little hack. I don't think they're very expensive. I bet you could buy them at like
Walmart or something.
Walmart or Harbor Freight for like $50.
Yeah.
Like they're great for like boat trailers, things like that the wiring always goes bad on them anyways. The lights always go bad. So
you always see them going down the interstate. You know, you get those guys that they'll go buy like a wrecked vehicle, or like three of them. One of them drives, so they'll try to trailer the other one's back.
Oh, yeah.
So they got them sticking on the back there. Yeah.
And, hey, before you leave, when you're backing your buddy out at the races, check and make sure the lights are. You'd be a good buddy, too. Yep. Like, you know, that's always a nice thing to do. Like, when you're watching the guy back up, making sure his lights work. Because look out for them.
Save him some trouble later.
Other than lights, like, what things are you maintaining, like,
you know,
on your
like
trailer?
your obviously like the wheel hubs and all that. I think that's a big deal. But like your ramp, like a lot of them have grease zerks and stuff like that. The trailer that I pull conveniently does not. And I was dropping my car off to get wrapped this winter.
Yep.
And dropping the door on the trailer, and like this thing's got a big door. Like the door uses a winch to come down, and it if the winch snaps and you're under it, like
it's gonna hurt.
Hopefully your head's not there because you're dead. But yeah, so I'm lowering the door and the hinge snaps. I'm like, oh man, like, you know, and I'm all like kind of upset with myself because I'm like, well, I should have caught that or maintenanced it or did something better. And so I was able to get the car out, you know, we got it wrapped, got the door back shut, but it was closed funky enough where I couldn't get the latch latched. So here I am inside, ratchet strapping and trying to keep this door up, whatever I can. And so, yeah, I'd like to kind of just on a little segue, give a shout out to Sanders Metal Products.
Yep.
Because I called them and I'm like, man, I know you guys are busy. I know you guys don't do trailers really that often. This is not a farm fix. Like if I could bring this to you guys. So, yeah, they got it all spruced up and the door shuts better than it ever has now. So
sweet.
Yeah, shout out to them guys. But yeah, I mean, just little stuff like that. You know, if you can grease it, because that's another nightmare at the racetrack. You
check your tires, making sure they're wearing evenly, or
check the roof, make sure that's not leaking. You know, I mean, just everything. Make sure all your cabinets work. Make sure your winch works. You know, it's all that stuff is just really good things to go through and. Make sure you got towels in there. Like how many nights do you get to the racetrack for the first time? You don't got towels, or you don't have brake cleaner, or you don't have, penetrating oil. I mean, just do a good inventory and check your parts and make sure all the tools that you robbed out of there and put in your shop in the winter are put back in there.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, it's good to just take, make a good day of going through it and just checking everything and making sure and double checking and triple checking that you got everything. And I mean, the biggest pain in the butt in racing, I think, is trailer maintenance.
Yeah, well, in this year you might see some guys busting out the old OTN, Little Open Trailer Nation, this year, with gas prices kind of going up or being pretty high. Yeah. I remember a handful of years ago when gas prices were really high, like Dustin Strand would have the big toter and everything. Yep. Well, gas prices were high and he went to just simple open trailer and a pickup, regular.
Honestly, my favorite racing that we did, like when I first started racing with Jake and all that, we just got into stock cars. We had it was a nice aluminum open trailer.
Yep.
It was my favorite racing.
Yeah.
Like I could have my mom hook up to it with a 1/2-ton pickup and pull it wherever she wanted. It pulled so nice. There was no you didn't have room for junk, which is all right too.
Yep.
One of the
you
things
simplify it. You bring the tools that you need.
Yep.
And if it's kind of beyond that, you know what? You're probably not getting it fixed in time anyways.
And the racing community is pretty good. Someone's going to help you.
Yeah.
Like, if you're at a racetrack that I'm at, come to me. I will make sure that you get going. Like, I will try my damnedest. One other thing, and this is not a knock on anyone, if you get an enclosed trailer, you have people that come with to the races, right?
Yep.
And it's awesome. I love that. Like, for me, if my family and all of us didn't race together, I wouldn't race. Like, that's the reason I keep going. But with that, there's a little bit of baggage, right? 'Cause they all got jackets, they all got bags, they all got coolers, they all got pops, they all got you know sweatshirts, they got everything that you could need, and it all ends up right in your way, right on the counter.
Yep.
So there's a little bit of baggage with that. With an open trailer, you didn't have that. Like, you know, I think people brought less. You know, it was less for Kalvin to clean up. But anyway,
good old open trailer. We had one that was like and then that's kind of more common. I think kind of like, well, maybe not like yours. One like that had the taller, like
a ramp over almost.
Yeah, it wasn't like a ramp over, but like it had like the kind of, you could go inside like the front little storage compartment, and it kind of had the wing or whatever, like with the tire rack and all that. So like you could, I mean, it would be tight like when you go in there, but like, you know, but you could still put all your tools and stuff there. I think there was even a little workbench in there, but like it was, you know, all your tools and stuff were enclosed and stuff. That was a good trailer.
Some of those trailers pull so nice. Like if you get like an old like Larson welding trailer, they had like ramp over open trailers. Them things pulled so nice. They were so balanced, like where they had the axles and the car sat. Like you could have your mom like hook up to it and pull it with anything. Like
actually, I know where like the storage area of that trailer is. It's sitting next to a cornfield. It's a deer stand now. Like that was wrong that. So it actually converted into a deer stand. Put it on stilts or whatever on posts, and it's a deer stand.
That's awesome.
But it's all tin, so like when you shoot, it hurts your ears like a mofo. But yeah, no, it's a deer stand. It doesn't get used much anymore. But yeah,
multi-purpose.
Yep.
That's the name of the game, man.
Yep. I don't know why I must have took that off when he sold the trailer. I don't know what all happened there, but yeah. I kind of forgot that front part.
That'd be one thing. Like if people could, you know, if you have pictures of like how your old open trailer or something was set up, share them. Like that'd be cool. I loved Kent's, like Mike and Alan Kent. They tell some awesome stories of back when they were like racing in Minot.
Yep.
Because they grew up in Minot, and I think it was him. It could be someone else, but they were telling me, you know, like a big deal was like having a spare engine with. Like you didn't leave home without it. So like they had all these, they had like a cherry picker, like an engine hoist basically built onto the back of the open trailer. So like if they blew up in hot laps or heat race or something, they could rip one out and change it right there. So some of them stories of like how efficient people had their trailers and stuff. Like I'm kind of a geek for that. Like anything that can make a trailer more efficient or easier, like I'm such a nerd for that. So some of that, like seeing some of that, or you know, some of the single axle like open trailers, I love like just seeing or hearing about some of them old ones, and it makes your life easy.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything else with trailers we want to touch on before we move on to another subject?
Just maintenance, man. Just
maintenance. You don't want to be, you know, the way I think about it is a lot of people are probably busy hammering on their car, getting that ready, and like they're just, I mean, we're all procrastinators. Yeah. We're all got other things. You know, we wait to the last minute. We don't think about the trailer necessarily, probably. And you just get going, like, all right, well, whatever, you get it. Maybe look it over quick at the beginning of the year. And if that, like, you'd even think about it, like, till might be sitting in some weeds right now, too, right? But if you delay that, you know, after that first few weeks, you don't want to end up missing a race. And when you're in it for points somewhere because all of a sudden your trailer's broke down, and you know, and your truck too. Make sure your truck is hauling it.
Take care of that thing, man.
All right. Yeah. We are recording, by the way, in the race shop, in the Bitker race shop.
At the Bitker Ranch. Yep. We got a little farming action going on outside.
I see a lot of trucks pulling in here.
Oh, we got Gregory. Okay. He's untarping. He must be going to fill some with more seed. Jake is in Arizona.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, he took a little hiatus.
Get a cameo from him here while we're...
No, he took a little hiatus.
Okay.
Much needed hiatus. So, hopefully, I don't know, when he gets back, I'll just pick on him for something. I don't know yet.
No, absolutely. We'll bring him on the show or some things like that.
Yeah, he'd be good.
We should, we got the race season coming up here at Norman County Raceway. May 8th, that kicks off. So, just a few weeks.
It's a Friday. So
we're starting a couple of weeks on Friday nights.
Yeah.
All IMCA show. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun.
That'll be cool. Like the way that he's set up. No worries. Hey, I got beer tonight. You want a beer? You want to come back? Okay. Carter, the prodigal son of the Bitker Ranch.
Carter
Olson.
Oh yeah, Carter.
Tanner Olson's younger brother.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Look at that little break in the action for you.
Okay.
This commercial is brought to you by Bitker Ranch.
Exactly right. Yeah, it's cool to be here in the race shop with the late model and the stock cars now here and
plural.
The late model. You're gonna be racing that a little more this year then?
Yeah. So it'll probably be fairly similar to what we have been doing. Probably our opener for that will be the third week in May at Norman County Raceway.
Okay.
So I think it'd be the
it'd be the third race night. I think.
Third race night. So we're doing 2 Fridays in Ada to start the year.
Okay.
So that'll be kind of a cool deal. All IMCA show, and then the first Thursday that we come back will be our late model show, NLRA show.
I think it's the NLRA season opener, I think, too. Or maybe not.
I think it's their second.
No,
you're
right, it's not.
It'd be like their second night or something like that. So that'll be kind of a cool deal to do in Ada, and we'll have the late model out there. I think this year at Norman County Raceway we got 3 NLRA shows. We got World of Outlaw show.
Yeah.
So that'll be that'll be a big year.
It's a really good schedule because we have, and we'll talk about this here in a second, a really cool B-Mod show.
Yeah.
You have 4 nights of late models. You have 5 nights of Wazota modifieds. You got 4 nights of IMCA modifieds, and we're hoping for good numbers in those this year. But and then IMCA race or sprints, and then all the regular classes too. But the schedule doesn't take a night off.
No.
Some years we have shows that's one that's not going to be a lot of fans there that night, right? You can see that. But looking at the schedule that Jake put together this year, it is really...
That's action-packed.
It is very. There's something every week that's going to get your attention.
Kind of a cool thing that they did with it is they built it so IMCA modifieds have a track champion. Wazota modifieds, track champion.
Yep.
All the special, quote-unquote, classes, they all have track champions. So they got, Race Savers have a track champion. So... all of that shit's kind of cool.
Anything that I think races 4 nights, I think, has something. I don't know if the late models do, but...
Late models don't. Wazota modifieds have 5 nights.
Yeah.
So Wasota's deal is 5 nights for a track champion, I guess. But so that'll be kind of a neat setup. Cool to see at Norman County Raceway. It's cool to have a big schedule at Norman County Raceway.
Yeah.
We haven't had one of them in a while. So hopefully with some of this and mixing and matching and all that... hopefully it kind of draws some fans. We're trying some different stuff there.
Back to 2 nights during the fair.
Yeah. So now it'll truly be Ada Nationals. We'll have 2 true nights of Ada Nationals.
And with that, the boxcar brand.
So
what is it? There's so many B's.
So it's the Bitker B-Mod Brawl by Boxcar brand.
Wow. Okay.
There's a lot of B's in there. It's 6 to be exact. I counted it out. Trust me. So that's a cool event, kind of a different format. So the way that it's set up is Wazota Midwest Mods will have track points and national points. IMCA Sport Mods will have track points and national points. So they're gonna run basically like qualifying, and then they're gonna have kind of like a heat race type deal.
Yep.
And then they'll have a qualifier. So that will be your points shows. So the Sport Mods, Midwest Mods, points show with the qualifier.
Okay.
So then they're going to take the fastest 2 cars. So whoever wins that or whoever qualifies the fastest, whatever. So they're going to take the fastest 2 cars, so the fastest Sport Mod and the fastest Midwest Mod, and we're going to do some sort of flip or something on the front stretch.
Some sort of challenge will make it interesting.
We're going to come up with something. We might race scooters. We might race trikes. We might race... hell, it could be a run. It could be a scooter run. It could be a tractor pull. You don't know. We're going to come up with something. It's going to be far out in left field. Could be a coin flip. Could be anything. You just never know with us. So we're going to do something different. And then so that whoever wins that is gonna pick like sport mod. Say the sport mod winner or whoever, right? Wins the flip or wins whatever. They're gonna pick what row or what line I guess their class would start in. So like say whatever say Caden Westcott wins the sport mod qualifier, right? Yep. Or whatever, and he wins the flip. So he's gonna pick if sport mods start on the inside or the outside.
So we kind of buried the lead on this. We're pitting the sport mods against the Midwest Modifieds in one race.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't think we've exactly mentioned that yet, but that's what's going on.
Yep.
This is a Midwest mod versus a sport mod
brawl. Yep.
In one race, they're racing against each other.
Yeah. So that'll be a cool event. It'll be different.
It'll be interesting because they probably should turn. I think the top competitors in the sport mod division are going to fare very well against the top of the Midwest mod division. You hope you have a dry slick time that night anyway, so it's not, kind of an equalizer. But it'll be interesting. Like, who's better? Like, I don't think it's going to be Midwest mods absolutely pull away from sport mods.
No, I think it'll be interesting.
I think there'll be a few guys in that. I mean, there's a handful of guys that have really healthy motors and everything else in that sport mod class.
Yeah.
Now, will it do well up against like the Ford Crate or whatever it is they're running now in the Midwest mods? I don't know, but they got the big spoiler.
Yeah.
But they got hockey pucks.
Yep.
For tires, the Midwest mods.
Yep. The Midwest mod definitely has a better suspension and a better tire. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how a track plays out. I think if we get something really muddy, I don't know that sport mods will do, or I don't know if they'll be very dominant.
Yeah.
But I also don't see one being more dominant than the other.
It'll be really good to see just where they stack up.
Yeah.
I think.
Apples
right?
to
I think
apples.
there's a really good talent in both divisions.
Yep.
So that's pretty good. We should get Jory on the podcast, by the way. Jory Berg of Boxcar Brand.
Yeah.
Because I still don't quite know what Boxcar Brand is, other than I don't know. He just
his brand.
Just his brand. Like and I know he's got you two have both great mustaches. Although yours,
it's coming back. I'm working on it right now. So you gotta you can't just shave a mustache and then because then it's not grown in, right?
Yep.
So you gotta kind of grow everything out with it so it looks right, and then you just go for the kill. And you just go for the stash.
I trimmed my beard the other day. It had gotten pretty long after, I waited till end of turkey season and I trimmed my beard. But, I left the mustache for just a second, let that, pretty long. I'm like, oh, man.
You could do it.
I should leave this, but.
You could do it. So, one thing with Boxcar brand, there's so many B's going around here right now. So, with the Boxcar brand, Jory also has Mustache Mafia.
Yes, that's kind of what I was getting to, with the mustache thing.
So, I mean, with that, there's going to be a requirement. All able-bodied Norman County Raceway employees are required to have a mustache that night. Whether it's real or bolt-on, whatever. There's no judgment here. You can have bolt-on stash, whatever you want. So that's going to be one thing to look out for.
I could probably make that happen. I think a few weeks prior is throwback night.
Yeah.
I think that's early June or mid-June, so that's like a week or two before that. Yeah. So maybe for throwback night, I get the mustache.
Oh, yeah.
Which, by the way, for throwback night, I'm going to get a poll out there to let the audience decide what kind of music they're getting that night.
Oh, yeah.
What era.
Yeah.
I was trying to find, maybe we do big band era. Maybe we do 30s, 40s, big band music, right? Maybe we do 60s, maybe we do 70s, 90s.
I like it. We should, we got to let the people.
I really want to see what we're throwing back to.
Yeah, we got to let the people decide.
So all the music that night.
Yeah. So comment below what music you'd like to hear on Throwback Night at NCR.
Yeah.
So that'll be, that'll be cool.
Mm-hmm.
We got to also find, I think it's fitting with Throwback Night. We got to find all white jumpsuits.
Oh, yeah, like the sailors did.
I
found I have a cool Norman County Raceway baseball tee kind of thing that has that 70s style, the white and yellow, and then I have an old last year wore an old trucker hat, Champion spark plug trucker hat with some aviator sunglasses.
I've always said
it was a good look. I was the only person who dressed up for Throwback Night in Ada.
We're gonna fix that.
Yeah, we're gonna fix that. So I'll bring that look back, and maybe I'll do the mustache, but someone else has to do something too.
So a couple years ago we had Throwback Night, and And I always love it because Rob Van Mill digs out the Mod 4 national champion suit and stuff. Then when he wears that, like, you're in trouble. It's going to be a night. Like, he's got some luck in that thing. I don't know what it is, but yeah, he comes out of the box swinging with that thing.
I think Mod 4s on Throwback Night would be a great thing too.
Yeah.
I miss Mod 4s. I mean, they're still around, but
them and
that's one of my favorite sounding cars.
We got to bring back Super Stocks.
I don't know about that. Spent enough of my life around Super Stocks.
We got to find one and put Dave Shipley in one.
Oh.
Yeah, we're talking. So some cool stuff happening at NCR. So we go from the Bitker B-Mod Brawl by Boxcar Brand. I got it right that time.
Okay.
So we go from that right into the Bison Battle the next night.
Yep. So you're moving that.
Yep. So that's coming to NCR.
And that's a show you're putting on.
Yep.
Right?
So same format, same everything like that. Frank from Corey's Car Care Center, he's gonna help out a lot with that, I think. And yeah, we got Nick and Jake and all them guys, kind of involved. So it'll be a cool event. It'll be awesome to bring that to Norman County. We've never really done anything with some sort of qualifying. So we'll have 2 nights of qualifying back to back at NCR.
Yeah.
So that'll be.
This is all during the fair.
This is all during the fair.
Okay,
yep. So you can get your top hog sandwich, and pull up right into the old covered grandstands.
Yep.
And watch some great racing. So it'll be fun. There's no 410s and Ferris wheels this year.
No, but we got 410s in July.
Yep. So we got King of the Wings coming.
Yeah, King of the Wings coming again, and and you got the Outlaw late models the week after.
Yeah,
a few days later on Tuesday. Yeah. I took that whole week off, by the way.
That's gonna be an all hands on deck event.
Yep.
So just some really cool things happening at NCR. It's cool to kind of see it come back with a big schedule, and hopefully it's supported. As far as the driver side of it, I think we're going to do some cool stuff there and try to just kind of help reward or help offset some of the stuff coming. So we've got some other things in the works. I don't know if it's going to happen this year or not, but we've got some cool ideas coming, so stay tuned for that.
Awesome.
So that's all kind of the rundown at NCR. It should be an exciting 2026.
Awesome. All right. We should talk a little bit today here about, I think one of the things I want to chat about is some safety stuff out there.
Yeah.
Just to make sure before the race season starts, we're doing the right things with our belts and other things like that. And then maybe there's some new products out there you wanted to mention. So we should just get some safety stuff kind of out of the way. Not just out of the way. It's really important because it's the one thing that keeps you from being dead.
Yeah.
Right? Like safety
often overlooked.
Yeah, often overlooked, right? And it comes at the, you hear a lot of talk, in the sprint cars, you hear a lot about safety. And we'll have to get a sprint car guy on, to talk about this a little more time. And I'm sure you know a little bit too, but that's kind of at the forefront because you see guys with, back injuries, things like that. And, now they run the pucks that help. But then there's downfalls to that because then you're seeing other types of injuries maybe because of that.
Yeah.
So it's this and that and whatever. But so what with safety do we kind of want to talk about? What are the maybe products first you want to talk about?
Yeah, so one of the biggest things is the SA 2025 helmets just dropped this year. So IMCA, I believe it's in the rule book. You can use SA 2015, I believe, through the end of the year.
Yep.
I think it's still in the rule book, so we'll have to look. But they're allowing 2015, 2020, and 25. With Soda, the oldest helmet you can use is SA 2020. So that's just, they come out with new SFI ratings or SA ratings every 5 years. So this year, one cool thing or a couple cool things with the 2025 helmets is the two main brands that we deal with are Bell and Simpson. They did a complete rework of all their lines.
Okay.
So that's kind of just a cool deal. They reworked some of the GTX3, some of the Simpson completely reshelled all of their helmets. Just some really neat features and some more improved safety. The shells are upgraded. Part of the SA 2025 package is that they have to have a better shell.
Okay.
So that should really help. Hopefully, God forbid, if anyone actually has contact with their helmet, should help some of that.
And if you do have contact with your helmet or you have a head injury or something like that, replace that helmet,
yes.
right? That's really key. that helmet's absorbed everything it can at that point, right? Like it's not safe anymore.
Yeah, it's a really good idea. Like if you do get into a wreck or anything like that, it's a really good idea, especially if it's any sort of, traumatic or anything like that. Replace your seatbelts. Your seatbelts stretch. They're designed to stretch.
Okay.
If it was just a solid deal and there's no flex or nothing like that, you're actually probably promoting more injury.
Okay.
Just because you have no give, there's no flex, there's no, your body needs to move a little bit and stretch and whatever. So your belts are designed to stretch. So if you get into a wreck, especially any sort of head-on, just replace them. Just don't take that chance. Just replace them. Your head and neck restraints, so Hans devices, Simpson hybrids, all that stuff. A lot of them you can send back in and get them re-webbed.
Okay.
So they'll keep your plastic hardware and your metal hardware, but they put new like webbing and strapping and stuff like that on it. Recertify it, check it over, make sure there's no cracks or fractures anywhere.
Yep.
So that's a really good thing to do, and usually they're pretty quick with it. Usually it's a week turnaround time. So that's a really good deal. Your seatbelts, helmet. I mean, if there's any sort of scuff or anything, one big thing is if there is a wreck or anything like that on the track, usually the racetrack or safety officials, they want to see the helmet.
Okay.
Especially EMTs, especially if there's any sort of, if the guy's unconscious or anything like that, they want to see that helmet and make sure that there's not a scratch on it, not a dent, not a, because that could indicate some sort of further brain injury.
Yep.
So especially if you have any sort of ding or anything, or you're missing chunks out of your helmet, if it's cracked from a rock or something like that, just replace it. It's one of them deals. We often skimp on it. My thoughts are, I'm never going to cut corners on safety.
Yeah.
I'd rather save money elsewhere than put my life at risk. So that's a good thing. Just kind of keep that in mind. Couple things like with just belt, like mounting.
Okay.
I think that's one thing that's often overlooked. Make sure that it's not in some sharp place. Make sure it's not, it doesn't have a place to tear. Make sure there's no points where it can, or it's got tension where it's going to tear. One really good thing about, seatbelts when you're mounting it and the adjusters and all that, make sure, so all the belt adjusters, usually you get like a 3-inch wide belt, right?
Yep.
Like your lap belts, stuff like that. Well, where you bolt them in, the little eyelets that they have to bolt them in, those are usually like 2-inch. Well, the reason for that is you actually fold the lap belt over itself, so then it doesn't have like a sharp, basically like edge to kind of tear on. So if that belt's folded over itself and ran through the adjuster, then it's basically tripling the
strength.
The thickness of the belt or the strength. Yep. Yeah. So then it doesn't have a spot to start tearing. And we'll put I think we should put some pictures up or do a little video on that.
Yeah, we'll do something like that too to kind of add to this a little bit and explain it a little more. Yep. It's hard to do it via
phonovision.
Yeah.
So like that, and then and the adjusters, always like loop them through the adjusters like 3 times. Like, so go back through, get it adjusted, and then run it back through a couple times. We'll show that in that video. I think that'd be a good thing. So just some things that are often overlooked in seatbelts, just stuff like that. And it never hurts. Take the time, do a once over on your roll cage. Make sure there's no cracks. Make sure there's no dents. If your halo's bent, find someone that can either repair it or replace the car. Don't race with a bent halo. Because it might have helped you one time.
Yeah.
It might not save you the next time.
And make sure, especially maybe if you're buying an older car or something like that, or it's from someone else, that your seat is properly adjusted right,
yes.
or that cockpit fits you.
Yes.
Whether you're a taller person or a shorter person or whatever else, or maybe you're like, make sure that fits you.
Yep.
Right.
And you can get in and out.
Yep.
You can because that actually used to be like part of tech.
Really?
So part of tech used to be that you would basically like pull up to the tech lane and you had, I don't know what it was, 10 seconds or whatever to get out.
Just watched a Hornet flip over a couple, I don't know how.
So we're watching Lucas Oil at Georgetown.
We're just watching a Scooby-Doo car just flip over twice.
Absolutely flipped
Talking about safety.
And look at that. He's moving around in there. Yeah. He's got a good containment seat, and he's going to be just fine. He's going to hop right out of there and pound her straight and race her tomorrow night.
I think so. So sort of it's okay. Anyways, I just thought it was neat because we're talking about safety, and this guy just happened to flip over.
Yeah. So if you can picture that, it's a Scooby-Doo car.
Hornet.
Yep, Hornet with a Camaro nose and a cowl hood.
Yep.
And, yep, got a good containment seat. Oh, yeah, he's moving around. He's good. But, yeah, I mean, just stuff like that. You know, if you get into a wreck like that.
Even Hornets flip.
Yes.
Like, I mean, that was a prime example, like, especially if you're an entry-level class.
Yep.
You know, don't skip out on safety either, because that guy just somehow lost control on a straightaway and ended up...
And flipped it.
So, a front-wheel drive car, and somehow we...
Oh, we're getting a replay.
We're getting the replay.
Look at that thing. Oh, yeah, he hit the cush. Hit the cushion. He went for a wild ride there.
Yeah, like...
Oofda. Yeah. Oh, there's another. You see, he's got roll bar padding on his roll bar.
Oh, he came into the corner and kind of caught. I think is what he did. It wasn't the straightaway.
But his window net fell down before he stopped. So maybe
really?
Yeah, better look at that.
Yeah. Well,
anyway, he has roll bar padding on his roll bar. That's another good thing,
especially in a car that's maybe not as things aren't as tight rigid, in there, right? Yeah.
I've always, like with the roll bar padding, I always make it a point anywhere I can reach in the car, I put padding on it. You know, because it don't take nothing. If your leg goes flying, you could hit that and break your leg.
And so if people are like want some of their stuff checked over, like I imagine if you maybe go to a test and tune, if you want someone to look at, have an official or have someone, you know, take a look at it. And I know like anytime you go to like an outlaw race, things like that, they're looking over your car to make sure it's good, because they won't let, you know, they have strict standards and things. But on a weekly show, you may not always... You don't get that full look around, like pre-tech or anything. But
and usually our tech guys around here, they try to check that the first night, but usually, I mean, that's only whoever's in tech, right?
Yep.
So, I mean, you could miss that.
Yep.
But I know at any racetrack that you go to, I think I can vouch for every one of them. If you have an honest question or you want something looked at, find an official. They want nothing but safety for you.
Yeah.
At any racetrack you go to, find someone, have them look at your car, have them, you know, go over stuff with them, you know, look at how your, you know, fuel tank overflow is ran. I mean, look at all that stuff. Have them look at it, because they want to see you safe overall over anything, right? So, you know, look at that. Obviously, when I started, maybe my safety standards were not where they should be. Like, looking back now, I see that. One of the best guys that helped with that was the tech guy at North Central Speedway. I can't remember his name. I know who he is, I guess. I could point him out in the crowd. But he walked me through everything and showed me everything that you had to do or what you needed to do, how to run your belts, how to loop them through. He helped me do all that. You know, I didn't have none of it done right. And he took the time, and he went through with me, and he fixed everything and helped me fix everything and pointed me the right way. And I never forgot that. That was awesome.
Yeah, and, you know, I think a lot of safety rules, like, are probably reactive.
Yes.
Meaning that rule is there because something happened.
Yep.
And they need to fix that.
Yep.
So when you think about, well, why do I need to do that? Well, chances are somebody broke that or did whatever or got themselves injured because they didn't do that, and now they had to put a rule in place to protect future people from getting seriously hurt, injured, killed, all that stuff. So.
Yep. And we want everyone to be safe. We want everyone to have fun racing.
Yep.
But we want everyone to be safe and to be able to load it up and go home to their family at night.
And that counts for everyone, including like officials as well. And this year has been weird. I know last year we had an official killed at I-94. Yep. We had a World of Outlaw official killed, or a couple,
recently.
And which was mind-boggling to me, that a World of Outlaw official, because those guys don't mess around when it comes to safety.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely. Like, from just having been to those races and as an official there, anything that's not, like, they will hammer you if you're doing something that's not up to their safety standards.
Yep.
Like, they will chew your butt out and not feel bad about it one bit, because they take that stuff so seriously. So it surprised me, but it just kind of shows that
even professionals
shit happens.
Shit
like
happens.
Just like, you know, and I don't want to see another official, because most of these guys, I mean, we're all doing it because we love racing. We want to be around it. We're maybe not always up to the standard of a World of Outlaw crew, but obviously showed that things can happen there. But I think what's really important with that, like, if you're an official, like, I think what happens sometimes, and I'm not saying this is to blame for any of the accidents and things like that have happened, but I think what happens sometimes is maybe you see an accident on the track, and your instant reaction is to go help them, right? Make sure they're okay. You want to get there as fast as you can and do your job, right? But I think sometimes you kind of put your own safety takes a back seat to do that, right? Like, Turbo could talk about the time when he flipped over on his four-wheeler because he's always going really fast. Stuff like that happens, and just something happens because you let your guard down a little bit or whatever. So
just always be aware of your surroundings.
Yeah, and so don't risk your own life to help someone. Like, it's just as important that you watch your own life first, right? Like in an airplane, you get the mask comes down, you put your mask on first before you help your kid, right?
Yes.
Right? So make sure you're good.
Yeah.
Watch your surroundings. The race car drivers can't always see you.
And it's everywhere. How many times you see a dickhead come flying through the pits or anything like that?
Sometimes the guys just, maybe the race car driver's peed off, and so he's flying through the pits and whatever else, and doesn't see you coming or whatnot, and shit happens. I mean, I've been to a scary situation or two on the track as an official that, it wasn't necessarily close calls, but enough to raise the hair on my back and like, whoa.
Yeah.
So, my advice to the officials and the drivers, be aware too that, like, before the race, after the race, there's officials coming on and off. There's a caution. There's probably going to be an official flying out there to get to the car. So, just look. And when you're pulling a car apart, there's stupid things that could happen, cuts, things like that. Silly things can happen. Be aware. Value your own life.
And if you're the dickhead running, like, screaming through the pits because you're mad, just quit. Quit. Quit doing that.
You've always,
look at
you. I understand, right? You get super mad, right?
Yeah.
And I bet you that person who did it,
it,
like, once, who's done it, after they got their butt chewed, they probably felt really awful. But they were just so in the heat of the moment. So you got to think about the safety of everyone else. And
just be aware.
There's kids in the pits
Yes.
that aren't always paying attention. Most are pretty good. I always love seeing it, like, when the kids are kind of raised in the pits, they understand. They figure it out pretty quickly. Like, Andrew Jocum's kids are great.
Yes.
Like, they do such a good job around race cars, things like that. Like, if I were to bring my daughter to the pits now, it'd be awful. Like, I would just no, stay. Do not, like, he doesn't understand, hasn't been around it. But if your kids are raised around the track, it's a different thing. So, yeah, we want people to be safe. So
be aware.
Yep.
Of what? I don't know. Just be aware.
Just be aware. Oh, okay. Anything else we want to cover on our season opener here?
I think we fixed the itch for everyone.
Yep.
I think we got one in the books. We're gonna have a couple more in the chamber here.
Yep. We're gonna take a break, have a beer, and then I think we're gonna drop in another episode.
The next one.
Yeah, really good. It's good to be back. We appreciate all the great feedback we get from you guys too. By the way, just like how awesome it is that. Ran into Bryce Borgen the other day in Pearly. When are you guys doing a podcast? And just random people, hey, when are you gonna do a podcast?
Yeah.
Okay, yep. Yeah. We got it.
And if you have ideas, or you want anything for us to research or any ideas like that, feel free to shoot us a comment, shoot us a message. We'll go over something.
If there's a driver you want us to talk to, I'm gonna try and do some more one-on-one video type interview or some Zoom interviews or whatever with drivers. And some other people. I know I'm going to get Jason Searcy from Elko Speedway here soon and some others. But, if there's a driver you want us to talk to, if you're a driver that's got something interesting that you want to talk, a different angle, right? I like to have, especially if you have an angle, right? Like, I love chatting with drivers, but also if you have something unique that you want to talk about or maybe have an expertise in or have a cool
unique backstory or anything, bring it on.
We want to chat with you, so. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. Pit Pass Podcast, Season 2, Episode 1 in the book. Stay tuned. Drop another one soon. Thanks for listening.